everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Joy, and if it's your first time here, if you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The second style that I'm going to show you is going to be the style where Sierra had on the cheetah shirt. Previously I had my hair just twisted in some big twists, so I just took that out and I'll show you the rest up ahead. So here I'm just going to take some oil to moisturize my hair, and I will leave the name in the description below. Sometimes you want to be pretty gentle when you're taking out twists, but since I'm going to just wear it kind of bushy, it doesn't matter right here. Now I'm going to take my rat tail comb and part out the sides where the cornrows will be. So here I'm going to use Marley braiding hair and use the feed-in braid method. Each piece I'm going to break in half, and you can just slide your fingers down to make it easier for it to be broken in half. For each cornrow I used about 3 or 4 pieces and split them all in half, and it will just depend on how thin or thick your hair is. My hair is pretty fine, so I didn't want it to be too thick and weigh down my hair. So here I will start cornrolling and feeding the hair in. Now it's a little difficult because I'm braiding towards the front and it could be uncomfortable, but things like this take practice. And drop a comment below if you want to see a tutorial of how to do feed-in braids. So here I take the piece in between my fingers and put it under my index finger that is holding the cornrow. And then you continue to cornrow, and once you get back to that side, you add another piece. Now that I'm finished adding hair, I'm just going to braid it down just a few times. Now I'm going to go on to the other side and do the same exact thing. Here I'm going to take my shears and just cut any scraggly pieces that are hanging from the bottom. Now I'm going to take some gold braid clamps and I'm going to put 2 side by side just at the top, and then down the braid is going to be just 1 by itself. So here I'm going to pull the hair apart just a little bit to make it look a little fluffier. So as you can see, my hair is sticking out a little bit, so I'm just going to stick those hairs inside of the puff of hair. Now that all of the clamps are in, I'm going to cut the bottom so it can look more uniformed. On to the next step. Now I will pick out my hair so it can look a little more bushy and less defined. Now I'm going to take a little bit of gel and put it on my edges, comb it through, and then take my brush so it can be prepared to be pulled back. I'm not big on all the baby hair swoops, so I'm not going to do too many. I'll just do this little one right here that kind of goes with my hairline. So I could not find one of those large elastic bands. I thought I had one, but we're going to use a shoestring instead. So once we're all done with the shoestring, you're just going to take your hands and just fluff it out a little bit to make it look a little bigger. And if it's any pieces that might need to be taken out so it looks a little more bush-like, you just go ahead and do that. And now we're all done. So this is an improvised style because I didn't have a micro braided wig that was similar to the one that Sierra had. So I'm using crochet hair to do a similar style. So here I'm going to make 2 sections in the front with a part right down the middle. Once I am done with the part down the middle, I'm going to take my finger and put it at the end of the part and then part my hair down the sides so it lines up with my ear. And then I'm going to pin that side up so it's out of my way. And then move on to the next side and do the same thing. So right here in the front, I'm going to have 2 small cornrows so I can add some crochet hair on them. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of gel to put around my edges, and then I will brush my hair up into a ponytail, and then I will add one of the braids to that ponytail. Now that I'm finished with one side, I'll just go on the other side and do the same exact thing. Once you have your 2 ponytails, you're going to take one, split it in half, and then put 2 braids in them, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. So here I'm going to take a bit of hair and then add it to a ponytail holder. And just watch to see how I tie it around the hair. This will be used for my ponytail. As you can see, I've already done the other side. Next, you will use the braids to wrap around the base of the ponytail and then secure it with a bobby pin. So what I've done is taken about 1 or 2 strands and add them to a bobby pin so I can pin them for the back of my hair. So if you wanted to wear this style as a everyday style, I would suggest you cornrow the back and then crochet the hair into the back. But since I'm just using it for a video shoot, that's why I am doing it this way. So as you see, doing it that way, it looks like I actually have hair in the back. Now I will grab my crochet needle and get ready to add some hair in the front. Each piece I spread in half, just like you see me doing here. So now I'm going to take my crochet hook and thread it through my cornrow. Attach the piece of hair, close the hook, and then take it back through the cornrow. You see how I spread the 2 strands apart? Attach the hook to one side, pull it through, and then come back and do that once again, and then pull that strand all the way through and just make a knot at the top. And now I will grab some more hair and just continue doing the same method till I get to the front of my hair. So I will say that sometimes going on the other side that doesn't feel as comfortable might be a little difficult. So you might have to change your method a little bit. So here I'm going to do the same thing, take the hook through, but I'm going to take the hook out and just do it manually. Now I will continue doing the same thing till I have crocheted in as much hair as possible in the front. Now that all the hair is in and all the knots and stuff are out, I'm going to start to trim. And here I will trim a little bit and then proceed to do the rest of the head. So you can leave it the length it is, or if you want it a little shorter, feel free to give it a trim. I'm going to start with the ponytail and just trim it a little bit, as you can see me doing here. And then just fill it out and see if it's around the length that you want. And just start cutting the other pieces down like so. And then you'll just keep doing that until you feel it's the length that you want it to be. Here I'm going to cut the last little piece and we're all done. Remember to give me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you on part 3 of the Sierra Rooted Challenge.